My name is Will Costello, Master Sommelier, and I'm the Estates Ambassador for Nacido and Solomon Hills Estates Wines. I'll be telling you a little bit about the Nacido Vineyard. With wine grape production dating back to as far as the 1830s, prior to California becoming a state, Santa Maria Valley and the greater Santa Barbara County are some of California's oldest wine-growing regions. The hallmark of the area is the cool ocean breeze, which allows this region to remain one of the coolest in the United States, and is the perfect home to our vineyards. Santa Maria Valley AVA was the first of the American viticultural areas in Santa Barbara, and Nacido Vineyard amongst the very first vineyards planted. Santa Barbara is particularly special geologically speaking, as the region is considered part of a transverse, or east and west running mountain range, and is the only of its kind along a coastline. Millions of years of plate tectonics and violent upheavals of volcanic ocean floor have created a wind funnel, which allows for slow and even ripening of the grapes. Over the millennia, the once ocean floor was lifted to expose the bedrock of limestone, shale, sand, and diatomaceous earth, which lend to the purity and minerality of the wines. Nacido, which translates to well-born, was planted in 1973, when nothing much was established in terms of grape growing. It was with this understanding that Bob and Steve Miller decided to plant Pinot Noir and Chardonnay without grafting. Knowing the scourge of phylloxera, which devastated the European wine industry in the 1880s, they pushed forward and planted the vineyard on their own roots. Few vineyards around the world can claim almost 300 acres of ungrafted vines still in production. Today we have over 600 planted acres, but this early gamble paid off, and much of the production of the estate wines used these old and ungrafted vines. Nacido sits 17.5 miles from the Pacific Ocean, in a wind corridor that runs from the Pacific coast to Bakersfield and into the hottest location on Earth, the Mojave Desert. The wind often picks up in the early afternoon and works as a cooling effect with the help of the wind and the naturally cool daytime temperatures. The Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Syrah represent true cool climate flavors, wines with vibrancy, energy, and structure, which always show drinkability when young, but are eager to develop complexity over time. The first vintage of the estate wines was produced in 2006, after almost 35 years of solely selling grapes. Our approach to making wines from this iconic site begins with honing in on the right rows and blocks, so as to tell the story of the whole vineyard. Chardonnay from Block W shows the minerality of compressed shale, and the Syrah from Block Z highlights the sunshine and herbs of this elevated site, and each represent a single view of Nacido from an individual block. The Pinot Noir, on the other hand, is a true blend of blocks and flavors. The estate Pinot uses no less than 6 different blocks from around the property, blending the exposed limestone of Block 40 with the densely spaced San Vicente and the old and young vines of Block 1, G, N, and Q. Each of these offer their own chord, which harmonize in concert when blended to create the estate Pinot Noir. At the heart of this 2,000-acre site is the Ontiveros adobe. This iconic 2-story mud brick adobe is the emblem which adorns the labels of the estate wines of Nacido. Hidden from the wind by the western ridge and positioned next to the Cuyama River, this home for more than 130 years is a reminder of the charm and character of the Nacido estate.